Hi everyone! Welcome back to my YouTube channel! Today I'm going to be doing an art challenge that was made by one of my online friends, K9 Cool Art Studios. And the art challenge is you're going to be drawing yourself into the aesthetic of your favorite character. So I decided to draw myself into the outfit aesthetic of the main character of the show, Ichigo Amano. Let's get started on the artwork. Since this challenge is pretty much just mixing myself with the looks of a fictional character, I don't really know which one to talk about first, the character or myself. I guess I'll talk about Ichigo first, since I feel like I kind of need to explain the outfit I'm drawing for you guys to better understand. So Ichigo tends to dress in a very cutesy, frilly, almost Paris-inspired kind of outfit aesthetic. She doesn't dress like this in the show very often because she usually wears a school uniform, but whenever she's in official manga art or anime art, she always has something very cutesy, very girly, and just over the top, just so puffy and cute. I don't usually dress this way, so it was definitely different drawing myself into this outfit. My normal aesthetic is like flowers, it's sort of like puffy sleeves and really cute, light aesthetic. It's definitely still girly, but it's a bit more on the elegant side. I was so excited when my sister suggested Ichigo because since she has an actual different aesthetic than me, because most of my favorite characters like Anne of Green Gables dress like exactly how I dress, so it's not much of a difference. I'll talk more later about why I like Yumeiro Patissiere so much and the reasons why Ichigo is one of my favorite characters, but for now I feel like I should talk a little bit about the illustration. So I was having a lot of trouble making my eyes look right, and also the hand. I suffered so much. The hand's on the hip, not the hand close to my face, so yeah. It was really annoying and quite troublesome. I ended up later making the head smaller, and that definitely made it look a lot better, because I feel like at first I just made it a little bit too big. For other things that were a bit difficult, I did have trouble doing the sleeves to make them look puffy enough, but also not too puffy. But the main thing I suffered with really was just the hand. It was so hard. For those of you who don't actually know what I look like, I look exactly like my profile picture I have right now, except I'm not actually an anime girl, but this is what I look like in real life. I have this hair that's like, my mom says it's definitely dirty blonde, but I usually draw it more brown because in most lightings it does look more brown, but I also have red in my hair, so sometimes it looks bright red in pictures and it's really funny. The reason for this is because I have brown, blonde, and red in my hair, so it can definitely look very different in different lightings. I also have gray eyes instead of having blue or green, but in some lightings they look green and some lightings they look blue. So basically everything on me can look different in different lightings, so it's really funny how both my hair and eyes just are never consistent in pictures. Anyways, for the drawing, you can see at this point I added lots of reference pictures, mostly all of Ichigo from the manga, even though I've never read the manga. I would read it if I could, but it's never been translated officially into English, sadly. But I also added one reference picture of Serena from Pokemon because I was having trouble choosing the color for my hair, and I decided to color pick from her and just change the hue just a little because I feel like she basically has the same exact hair color as me. And for coloring the outfit, I kind of just messed around with it until I felt like it looked good, and I kept changing things until I was really happy with it. One key detail is I added some stripes to some of the ribbons on my outfit. It seems like in the manga, they always like to add that for Ichigo's outfits, and I felt like my outfit wouldn't look complete unless I added that little detail. Right here, for the 100th time, I am redrawing the hand. I feel like no matter what I did, it just did not look right, and I really wanted it to look proper. I usually like drawing hands, but this time it just was so frustrating. But, spoiler, eventually I get it fine and I am happy with it in the end. Right here I added reference and that helped a lot, and after that I was finally able to make it look good. Okay, and now let's talk a little bit about the anime. So Yumeiro Patissiere is a story of a girl named Ichigo Amano who doesn't think she has any talents at all besides maybe eating lots and lots of cake. However, one day when she's randomly taste testing some random free sweets, she learns that they are actually made by a famous pastry chef, Henry. He overhears her talking about the sweets and describing all the flavors and ingredients he used perfectly. Very overwhelmed and impressed by her talents, he decides to invite her to the famous pastry school, St. Marie Academy, and she decides to go since she felt like she had no talents before. The chance of being able to be talented at something is too tempting for her to pass up, even though she's never baked a cake before at all. However, when she transfers to the school, the teachers have no clue about this. They think that she must be really talented since she was recommended by Henry, so they place her at the top of the class with the most talented boys in her age group, the Sweets Princess, and this makes her, right off the bat, really left out and judged by the other students until she meets the fairy, Vanilla. She is a sweet spirit, which means she has the power to help others cook sweets. Although she does not use it to help Ichigo get advantage over the others, she helps her learn how to cook sweets with her heart and not just worry about doing everything perfect right off the bat. I'll talk a bit more about it later, but for now I want to go into some real-time footage, so let's switch on into that. Here, this time, instead of just doing a screen recording of my real-time footage, I decided to show you what it actually looks like with my hands and the pencil on the screen. It might not be as clear as the screen recording footage is, but I thought this would be fun for you guys to see because I've never really shown that angle of my art before. What I'm doing right here is adding the streaks of brown and red into my hair because I wanted to make it look even more like my hair does in real life. It was fun and pretty simple, and I didn't struggle too much with it because, all I'm doing is just adding little lines, but it's definitely a detail that makes the whole picture look even better. I'd love to hear in the comments who your favorite character is, and if you'd like to try this challenge. It's tons of fun, and I'd really recommend doing it because it kind of makes you think and changes the way that you would draw yourself normally. It's just lots of fun. Also, I hope this part of the footage isn't too shaky. I was filming with my other hand because I was too lazy to set up the tripod, so yeah, I hope it looks okay. But we are almost done the real-time footage because I didn't film very long because it was hard holding it in my one hand, so we're gonna go back to the regular time-lapse footage in a second here. So now I'm gonna start on the background. I wanted to do something simple with sort of a crisscross pattern, and I wanted to add some doodles to make it look really cute and just overall really nice and kind of fit the style that I was going for. So now to talk a little bit more about the anime, my favorite character is Ichigo because she is just so cute and bright and sweet, but my other favorite character is definitely Kashino, and I love the relationship with him and Ichigo. It is literally the cutest thing ever. It just makes me so happy to watch this show. It's so fluffy and cute, and something about an anime that just makes you smile the whole way through. It's so irreplaceable. It's made for ages around 10 plus, so if you're that age, I would recommend it so much. I honestly wouldn't recommend an anime more than that because it's such a perfect show that just makes me so happy. I didn't do a whole lot else for the drawing, but I was trying to add confetti, sparkles, and other things to make the picture look extra cute and fit the vibe that I was going for even more. It was just honestly so much fun drawing this. I would totally love to do this challenge again, but I'm not sure what character I pick since most of the aesthetics of my favorite characters are basically the same as mine, like I said before, but still, if I could think of one, I'd love to do it. I'm just adding a few extra details, not really anything much, just making some of the liner in other areas thicker and trying to make it look a little bit more interesting and fun. And with that, here we are! Here is the finished picture! Thank you guys so much for watching! If you happen to enjoy this video, then please go ahead, like, subscribe, and I'm gonna see you in the next video. Thanks again, and bye for now!